Hello friends, today's discussion is diuretics. Diuretics. Diuretics are agents which increase the rate of urine flow. Classification. Water and osmotic. Number one, water and osmotic agents. Urea, mannitol. Number two, acidifying agent, ammonium chloride. Mercurial agent, marceli. Or number four, sulfonamides agent, zola acetozolamide. Another is furosemide. Number five, miscellaneous agent, ethacrinic acid. The next discussion is antifungal drugs. Antifungal is chemical agents which are used in the treatment of infections caused by fungal or hair, mucous membrane, nails on skin are known as antifungal drug. So friends, antifungal is chemical agent which are used in the treatment of infections caused by fungal on hair, mucous membrane, nails or skin are known as antifungal drugs. Let's start classifications. They are classified below. Number one, antifungal antibiotics. Example, amphotericin B, beta, hamicin and netamycin and mistalin. So friends, this is the one that the mercurial agent diuretics is also thiazide diuretics. This is also example is thiazide diuretic. Number two, azoles, azoles. Example, lutrimazole, econazole, miconazole, myconazole and fluconazole. Number three, antimetabolites. Example, cytosine. Number four, miscellaneous. Example, caspofungin, micafungin, andulafungin. We discuss anti-neoplastic agent. Answer. Anti-neoplastic agents are the medical term for cancer or tumors. Friends, this kind of agent is also called anti-cancer agent. Cancer is very different disease, very difficult. Cancer is very difficult disease to treat. So friends, now we start classification of anti-neoplastic agent. Classifications of anti-neoplastic agents. Number one, alkylating agents. Agents. Example, chlorambucil, cisplatin, busulfan, cyclophosphamide, cyclophosphamide. Number 2, antimetabolite agent. Example, antimetabolite agent is example methotrexate and 6 mercaptopurine and 5 fluorouracil. Number 3, radioactive isotope agent. Example, radio gold, radio iodine, radio phosphorus. Number 4, miscellaneous agent. Example, vinca alcolite, vin crystine and vin astine. Antibiotics agent. Number 5, antibiotic agent. Example, acetinomycin and mitomycin. Number 6, hormones. Example, androgen, estrogens and progestins. So friends, our next discussion is adrenergic drugs. These drugs produce effect similar to the stimulation of post-ganglionic sympathetic nerves. So I mark it that it is the post-ganglionic sympathetic nerves. This point is very, very important. Stimulation of post-ganglionic sympathetic nerves. Classifications. They are classified below. Number 1, catecholamine. Example, adrenaline, isoprenaline, noradrenaline. Number 2, non-amphetamines. Example, ephedrine, amphetamine, phenylephrine. And aliphatic agents. Example, cyclopentamine and imidazoline derivative, that is nefazoline. So friends, now we will discuss number 5, antibiotic agent drug. Now friends, we discuss antibiotic drugs. Antibiotic drugs are the chemical substance produced by various species of microorganisms which is low concentration, destroy or inhibits the growth of other species of microorganism. Classifications of antibiotics. According to their spectrum, antibiotics are classified into narrow spectrum antibiotics, penicillin, streptomycin, broad spectrum antibiotics, chloramphenicidin and tetracycline. Based on the biogenesis, the antibiotics are classified into two portions. Number 1, antibiotics derived antibiotics derived from amino acids, chloroform, penicillin, cycloserina, and penicillin. Antibiotics derived from sugar, streptomycin, kanamycin, guaifamycin, and neomycin. Antibiotics derived from acetate, tetracycline, erythromycin. Miscellaneous antibiotic. Example, novabiocin and rifampicin. Next is sulfonamide. Next discussion is sulfonamide. Sulfonamides drugs. Sulfonamides are antibacterial substances. Mides are antibacterial substances with sulfonamido group. Sulfonamide is the simplest of sulfonamides. Sulfonylamides is the simplest group simplest of the sulfonamides is the simplest of the sulfonamides. These agents are used for the systemic systemic treatments treatments of bacterial infections. So the agents are used for the systemic treatments of bacterial infections. This is the sulfonamide drugs. Classifications. Number one, sulfonamides used in eyes infections. Example, sulfanacetamide, sulfona. Number two, sulfonamides used in intestinal infections. Example, succinylsulfathiazole. Number three, sulfonamides used in systemic infections. Example, sulfathiazide. Number four, long-acting sulfonamides. Example, sulfamethoxypyridiazine and sulfur dimethoxine. Number 5. Sulfonamides used in urinary tract infections. Example, sulfonamethoxazole. Next we discuss antiseptic and infection drugs. So friends, let's start to discuss antiseptics disinfections. Antiseptics are the agents that destroy or kill or prevent the growth of the microorganism. When applied to living tissues, they are applied in the form of mouthwashes, soaps, and preparation of minor wounds and burns. Disinfectants is a chemical substances which destroy microorganism, bactericides, and classifications. The disinfection and antiseptics may be classified as follow. Number one, phenols and related compounds. Example, phenol and chlorocrazole, and chloroxylenol. Alcohols and related compounds. Example, ethanol, isopropyl alcohol. Aldehyde, example, formaldehyde. Carboxylic acid derivative, example, benzoic acid, methyl p-hydroxybenzoate. And halophiles, examples, iodine and chloramine. Heavy metals, example, silver, sulfur diazine, and quaternary ammonium, example, cetrimide. 8 is dyes, example, prolavin diluent. Another is miscellaneous, example, nitrofurazone. And next is our next discussion is anti drugs. So friends, many of effective anti-cancer drugs exert their action on cell traversing the cell cycle. Specific drugs. So friends, anti-cancer drugs, many of the effective anti-cancer drugs exerts their action on cells traversing the cell cycle. Specific drugs, CCS. A second group of agents called cell cycle non-specific drugs can sterilize tumor cell whether they are cycling or resting in the go phase. Thus, CCNS drugs can kill both go and cyclic cells. So friends, I just discussed this portion anti-cancer drugs. Our anti-cancer drug is anti-neoplastic agents. These drugs is also anti-cancer drugs. So friends, we discuss now anti-diabetic drugs. Diabetic mellitus is a disease caused by deficient secretion of insulin. Deficient secretion of insulin. This point is very very important from the islets of Langerhans in the pancreas. In this disease, carbohydrate is not properly this there is accumulation of glucose in the blood, hyperglycemia, and glucose also urine. Classifications. Insulin number one. Insulin and oral diabetic agents are sulfonamide, chloropropamide, and tolbutamide, biguanides, phenolphormine, and metformin. Now we discuss antimalarial drugs. Next drugs is this is the number 10th drugs and last drugs. Here our discussions is end. Antimalarial are drugs or chemical agents which prevents or cure the infected disease caused by protozoa, plasmodium, and transmitted through the bite of female mosquito. Classifications. They are classified below. Cinchona alkaloids. Example: quinine 4-amino quinoline derivative. Example: chloroquine, amodia quine. Chloroquine, amodia quine. 8-amino quinoline derivative. Example: quinine. Biguanidine derivative. Example: proguanil. 9-amino acridine derivative. Mepacrine. Pyrimidine derivative. Example: pyrimethamine and trimethoprim. And miscellaneous derivative. Example: protosil. So friends, we discuss 10 drugs and thanks for watching.